How do you determine the signal from the noise? How do you know that it is truly an inflection and maybe not just some anomaly or random event?
So I have a couple of tests for that. The first one is I try to really envision what I call in the book a time zero event, which is something in the future that could either be great for your business or it could be terrible for your business, right? And then what we do is back up in time and say, well, before that outcome could happen, what are the previous leading indicators that might be predictive of that outcome? And then it's a question of looking for the patterns. So if you see a recurring pattern and it happens a lot and it kind of goes together with the picture of that time zero event becoming a reality, that's a much stronger bit of evidence than just one or two people saying it. The other thing I look for is I look for who are the people who really know this domain, who don't run around always saying the sky is falling, but they've noticed some anomaly. They'll give you an example. My dad is a brilliant chemist, but has over 100 patents to his name. And he had worked at Xerox during the heady days of the original Xerox PARC discovery. Sure. And so he'd seen computer mice, he'd seen digital, he'd seen the Ethernet and everything. And he comes over to work at Kodak. He changed jobs into work at Kodak, sitting across the desk from a guy called Thomas Whiteley. And Whiteley is the head of the Emulsion Research Laboratory at Kodak, right? I mean, this is a guy, you stick him in the arm, he bleeds silver halide, right? And he says to my dad, so tell me what you think about what's coming down the road. And my dad, who had been kind of living in the future, right, lays it all out. He said, oh, it's absolutely, it's going to be digital, images are going to be compressed, 8mm film is done, lays it all out. Now, he's not got any political skin in the game. He's a technical subject matter expert, right? And so Whiteley kind of looks at him and says, Wolfgang, go back to the labs where you can do minimal damage, right? I was asking my dad, I said, didn't it bother you that, that you saw this also clearly and they did nothing with it? And my dad kind of looked at me and he went, well, no, he asked me my opinion. As a scientist, I gave him my opinion. He's management. What he does with it is up to him. And I think, if you talk to the people who are often interestingly not invited to be part of your strategic conversations, the scientists, the people on the front lines, in your world, it would be the people actually observing customers driving these outcomes. A lot of times they see it very clearly, but, they don't know where to go with that information and nobody's really asking them.